Have some tragic breaking news coming in. There's been a plane crash that's been reported in Ahmedabad, the state capital of Gujarat, the state of Gujarat. The plane has crashed in a residential area that's called Nagar, and emergency services have now zeroed down towards the spot. We're still getting updates on this incident, which is fairly fresh. As you can see on the screen, thick black smoke has been seen near the airport. We are still to get details on the nature of the plane, whether it's a passenger plane or not, how many people were on board. All this information is still to come in. Information is filtering in slowly, but right now what we know is that it's near the airport. There's been smoke sighted, and the plane has fallen into a residential area, which is again a huge concern in Ahmedabad. So that's the breaking news that we have, and these are the images that we've got so far. That's the plume of smoke that's being talked about, a huge plume of smoke rising. You can see some building which is perhaps part of the airport at Ahmedabad in the backdrop. So it seems like this is a fairly serious incident, as the aircraft, not only has the aircraft itself crashed, but it has also crashed into a residential area called Nagar in Ahmedabad. We're trying to get you more information on this, and we'll try and get one of our colleagues on the ground to join us as well. But for the moment, this is the information that we have. The images themselves are fairly telltale, and indeed seems to be a portent to something quite tragic, although that information, that kind of information, hasn't come in as yet. This is what we have for the moment. You can see it on the screen as well, the thick black smoke that could be seen in the images too, because there's a plane that has crashed in Ahmedabad, which is the state capital of Gujarat, one of India's western states, a hub of activity in terms of a lot of trade and other kinds of commerce and business, where a lot of development has taken place in the last 11 years and prior to that as well. And now we have got reports of a plane crash there in Ahmedabad. The biggest concern being that the aircraft has crashed into a residential area. We've been told that the emergency services have reported at the plane crash site, but details are still to come in as to what kind of damage has been caused by this plane crash. My colleague Tapas Bhattacharya is now with me on the phone line. Tapas, let me know, what information do you have, what more can you share, because all we know for the moment is that a plane has crashed. We don't know about the nature of the plane. We've been told that it's crashed into a residential area, but we don't know what's really happened on the ground apart from emergency services reporting at the site. Tapas, can you hear me?
Yeah, Gautam, am I audible? Gautam, am I audible?
Yes, I can hear you.
Right, so Gautam, the information that I'm getting right now is that there's a flight of Air India that was supposed to leave from Ahmedabad. My information is right now, it's still not confirmed. I'm giving source-based information that was supposed to leave from Ahmedabad to London, and it's Air India plane. I'm still awaiting statements from them. The information that I'm getting is that it has crashed, and it has actually crashed in Ahmedabad. And the number of people who were supposed to be on board, we were told that it is over 200. We are still, trying to check with the local authorities and as well as from the airport authorities and Air India. But the report that we are getting, the information that we are getting, that is trickling from source base, is that it's a Air India plane with almost 200 passengers on board. Was supposed to leave from Ahmedabad to London, and has crashed there. We still have to find out exactly whether any passenger is dead or not, if they have survived or not. We still haven't received any information from
the information that we're getting from the state police, at least, is that as you have mentioned, Tapas, it's an Air India flight passenger flight that has crashed. We don't have any more information in terms of what kind of aircraft was it, but a passenger commercial airliners aircraft is normally has a lot of people on board, so it's looking quite bad the way that the information is filtering at the moment. Go ahead, Tapas.
The information that we are getting is actually triggering. There's not much confirmation from any of the stakeholders, neither from the MOCA, neither from Air India. This information that just came out from the local state police, and they have actually said that there is more than 200 passengers. So we are still trying to assess exactly how many passengers were there.
Okay, there's more information coming in from various sources, Tapas. As you mentioned, Air India flight, over 200 passengers on board, crashing close to the airport, flight for London from Ahmedabad. There are reports that there could be as many as 242 people on board, but there's no confirmation as of now. And the situation is still a developing one. But if this were to be true, this would be perhaps the biggest air crash that is taking place in our country in several years now.
Yes, absolutely. It's been a while that we have seen any crash in our understanding, and what we can tell you is that this is actually one of its kind. In fact, we haven't seen such kind of a crash in a while in India. So we still have to figure out. The report that I'm getting is that it's the Air India flight A1171. I'm still trying to ascertain from Air India's authorities, but I've been told that it's a Air India flight AI171 Ahmedabad to London B787, and it has crashed during takeoff at the Ahmedabad airport. And as you mentioned rightly, there's more than 200 people were there, and we still don't know how many have survived. What is the status right now there?
Okay, just stay on the line with me, Tapas. I'm also joined by Meghna Dev, my colleague, who is, I believe, in Ahmedabad or Gandhinagar. Meghna, just tell me your location and tell me what information do you have.
कर रहे हैं उसने आपकी कॉल को
We seem to have lost Meghna for the moment. Meghna, can you hear me? We don't seem to have Meghna at the moment. Let me try and go back to Tapas. Tapas, the last passenger flight crash, I think, that took place in the country where there were casualties was perhaps in August 2020, an Air India Express flight flying the Dubai-Kozhikode route that overshot the runway upon landing at the Calicut International Airport and broke into 4 pieces. That in itself was a very, very tragic incident, and very heart-rending and scary, really, for a lot of people. But I hope that nothing of that sort emerges in this particular case, that most of the flyers on board are safe somehow. But with the kind of images that we're getting, Tapas, at the moment, it's not looking very promising.
It is. In fact, several visuals that are coming in, and if it is what it is, then we are looking at probably one of the biggest air crash in the history of India. So we are still, again, as I said, we should not jump the gun. We should wait for the time before we get information regarding how exactly this thing happened, what exactly is the number of people who were there, what was the reason behind that. So we have to wait before we get more information. But if this is what you call, we were saying, and 200 people were there, more than 200. We have been told that it is more than 200, not just 200, more than 200. So we will see that this is one of the biggest, passenger air crash in the history. The last, I think, was, if I'm not wrong, Air India flight was, there were 182 people who perished in one of the crash during 1985, if I'm not wrong. Again, June 23rd, it happened. So we have to wait and watch exactly what is the details that's coming in. But it's a heartbreaking news that is coming from Ahmedabad. Visuals trickling in slowly. So right now we've been told that the police and the airport authority are taking stock of the situation, and they're making sure that people are being rescued from the debris, and that's the latest that we are getting.
Yes, certainly. Indeed, fairly tragic it would be if this information is confirmed. For the moment, it's being widely reported that this is an Air India flight, as Tapas mentioned, from Ahmedabad to London with 242 people on board. That's a number that has come across from multiple sources, Tapas. And the crash is believed to have taken place in a residential area, which is again fairly unusual for any plane to be crashing into a residential area. Normally, pilots, if they have some issue with the aircraft, try and avoid crashing into a populated area, but this is taking place in a residential area, so casualties are feared on the ground as well, apart from those in the aircraft. Tapas, very, very tragic indeed if all this information turns out to be correct.
That's right. And in fact, it reminds you of that Air India Express flight that took, on 2010, if I'm not wrong. It was from Dubai to Mangalore.
Yes.
It met a similar fate. If my history and my is correct, it actually says 58 passengers.
Tapas, we're getting very distorted audio from you. I would suggest that you reposition yourself.
Right. So let me just tell you this, as I mentioned, that the information that I was giving you, that that Kozhikode accident that took place, I have to just check, but I believe that it was in 2010 that particular accident took place. And again, there was a lot of 2010, and there was 158 people were perished at that time.
Yes, and prior to that, in July 2000, an Alliance Air flight, now Alliance Air is not much in the picture, but it had crashed into a residential estate in Patna, that's in Bihar, after the pilot lost control of the aircraft and the plane had stalled. And a lot of people had died, 55 people on board had died, along with 5 on the ground as well. So these sort of things do happen. There is a history of that taking place. There has been a crash at Ahmedabad as well in the past. I believe a civilian aircraft had crashed some time ago in Ahmedabad as well. But this is very, very serious, much bigger. It seems on scale, Tapas, and of course the worst that perhaps India has ever seen is the 1996 Charkhi-Dadri mid-air collision that had taken place, which had claimed 349 lives in all.